Welcome to October 2022's 30 Days of Asian Horror Movie Reviews. Day 3 brings us the entertaining China horror movie trilogy Bunshinsaba vs. Sadako. What's this movie about? The 3 films in this series, Bunshinsaba vs. Sadako 1 and 2 and Bunshinsaba Hoichi the Earless, are all set within the same world, but are not connected to each other, with very slight references of previous films found in the next one. The first 2 films follow young girls going through some trauma, who accidentally unleash Sadako by watching the cursed video. They then enlist the help of a professor of paranormal studies who conjures笔仙, the Chinese pen fairy, into the world to protect the girls and defeat Sadako. Part 3 is slightly different, following Yume, a young girl who accidentally unleashes the Thai spirit Kumanthong into her world. Using the help of the same professor, he realizes that the Kumanthong is too strong for笔仙alone, so he calls Sadako for help, culminating in an epic and highly entertaining 3-way fight at the end between these 3 spirits. Is the movie worth watching? The first thing you need to prepare yourself when watching these films is to understand that they have nothing to do with the Bunshinsaba series of films. These feature the pen fairy called笔仙, so don't be confused. Secondly, they have nothing to do with the original Japanese film The Ring. This film treats Sadako as more of a Japanese urban legend with no backstory at all. Thirdly, it is a Chinese horror film, so it must have a particular ending to satisfy Chinese movie censors. They all have the same ending, so whether you agree or disagree with it, it's how it has to be. But this trilogy works so well. It is so surprisingly entertaining and enjoyable in a trashy popcorn kind of way. No serious horror movie lover is going into these films expecting greatness, but as long as you expect to be entertained, you absolutely will be. The Professor is the only repeat character, other than笔仙and Sadako obviously, between the films. But due to how the movies end, there's never any link between them, so you can watch any of the films in the series in any order and not miss out on anything. If I was to rank them in a particular order, then Part 2 is the best with the higher body count and the more entertaining fights, including a very funny ending, with Part 3 being more visually impressive with great special effects and some very creepy scenes towards the end. Using my patent-pending ghost rating, which stands for great horror or stupid trash, this trilogy of films gets 4 ghosts due to the entertainment factor alone. Disregard the fact they are Chinese horror films and not official tie-ins. These films have a budget, they have special effects, great characters, and are highly entertaining for those who are after a more mild, and silly in a good way, horror film to watch. Thank you for watching this short review. Check out more by following the links on the screen.